Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. It's Wednesday. Married at First Sight. This is season 14, episode 9. Is love on the table? It shouldn't be, but apparently it is. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every episode. Again, those are my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every episode. So if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video, hop into the comment section, all that good stuff. We're super close to 4,000 subscribers. Y'all have been showing up and showing out, and I truly, truly appreciate all the support, all the follows, all the comments. Y'all know I do my best to get into the comment section and reply to as many as I can. If I'm not actually replying, I am definitely going to hurt your comment because I'll let you know that I did indeed read it. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and start with Olajuwon, the man that pronounces the L in salmon. The man that pronounces the L in salmon, but is worried about somebody being adult enough. So the episode starts off with Katina. She's getting ready to go grocery shopping, and he has gotten her nervous about shopping for the house. She's used to shopping for herself. She's worried about being berated when she gets home. Katina's in a verbally abusive relationship. She knows it. She understands it. But for some reason, she is sticking around. You shouldn't be scared to go grocery shopping. You should not be scared to go grocery shopping for fear that you are not going to get what your husband wants. Like, let's just think about that. You're scared to grocery shop because you're nervous about getting the right things? What? Whew. So she gets back home and she tells him, thank you for helping her cut the plantains. I think she said plantains. She didn't think he would help. He asked her why. She said, well, we got into it last night and this morning. So they had an argument that ended last night, carried into the next morning. So we get a clip of the footage from whatever nanny cam is positioned, and we hear Olajuwon saying that she is worried about things that do not affect him, that he don't give a damn about. But the things he does care about, she's not worried about those things, and that troubles him. I said, not it troubles you, Olajuwon. It troubles you. Oh, okay. Troubles you. All right, sir. So he then asks her, what is a wife to her? Because he feels they have different definitions. And y'all clearly do. Y'all clearly do. So Katina said being a wife is being a partner, being like a support system for him. But then she said, well, what is your definition? Because all you want me to do is cook more. He said, it is absolutely more than cooking, Katina. He said after the party, okay, he wanted to clean the floor. She did not want to do the whole floor. She wanted to do half the floor. I don't even know what that means. In my mind, that means that Katina probably just wanted to sweep or vacuum the part where she could visibly see the dirt, right? Large pieces, I don't have any paper, large pieces of paper or crumbs or whatever, that's what the part that she wanted to do. He told her, no, ma'am, we are going to do this entire floor. Now, what does that mean, Olajuwon? Did you want her to just sweep and vacuum? Did you want to break down and mop and wax the floor? What did you want to have happen? Because it looked like you just swept it. So he said that because she was moaning and whatever about it, he told her, why don't you just go to bed? So she did. So then we see him sweeping up the floor. Okay, we see him sweeping, and then he tells her, I just swept the floor for you. What do you mean for you? Because both of y'all live there. Both of y'all are adults. Both of y'all had company. Both of y'all live in this space together. But in Olajuwon's mind, cleaning the floor, cooking the food, washing the dishes, doing the grocery shopping is Katina's job, because that's really why Olajuwon got married, because he wanted a butler. He wanted a live-in Instacart driver. He wanted a DoorDash person. He wanted a personal chef, and most importantly, he wanted a maid. So my whole thing is, Olajuwon, if you wanted the floor clean that damn bad, then you clean it. Then you clean it. I guess I like, to me that is weird. That is weird. Katina, it's also weird that you just didn't want to clean the floor. But it's more jarring the way that he said, I cleaned it for you, as if he was saying, yeah, I did your job for you tonight. So they get these questions from the experts. We haven't seen any experts. Ain't seen an expert yet. Yes, we have. We saw Pastor Cal, but I feel like they're not involved enough this season. But I also heard that Dr. Vivian is leaving after this season, and they're getting a new expert. All right, so they get these questions with the bottle of champagne. This entire scene, Olajuwon looked high. This entire scene, Olajuwon was high. Those eyes are red. His eyes are glazed over. He's very monotone. He seems very withdrawn. You are not still that mad about having to sweep the floor yourself because you live alone, so you are used to sweeping and cleaning up yourself. But Olajuwon was higher than on this episode. So one of the questions is, what do you need in a partner to fall in love? Okay. Olajuwon said he needs devotion. That's first, huh? Okay. Devotion, commitment, and loyalty. Katina said that she needs someone who's loyal, understanding, and patient. She wants that person to be her best friend. Olajuwon points out that she does not cry. Katina said that she used to cry a lot. She was with an ex that was verbally abusive, and whenever she would cry, he would call her a weak bitch. I said, oh, God. Oh, God. So she said she has conditioned herself to just be numb at this point. Instead of Olajuwon telling her, no, don't do that. Don't let anybody do that. He tells her, it's okay to cry. That's a human emotion. You don't cry, you ain't human. And it's like, Olajuwon. While the message was there, it's all in the delivery. It's all in the delivery. You hear so many people say a lot that it's not what you said, but how you said it. The way that Olajuwon just said this was almost kind of, oh, some girl, stop all that bullshit and just cry when you want to. That's the vibe that he got, and that he gave, and I can tell that's the vibe that Katina got. So her next question is, so then he says in his confessional that just means that she's sheltered and that could hinder their marriage. I don't know if Olajuwon knows what sheltered means, but making yourself numb because of an abusive relationship in the past does not mean you're sheltered, sweetheart. That's not what sheltered means. So it's very unfortunate that he took her expressing how she's sharing something as vulnerable, which is, the buzzword for tonight. But sharing something as vulnerable as her being in an abusive, verbally abusive relationship, and he takes that to worry about, well, that's going to hinder what we got going on here. But see, y'all been caping for Olajuwon all this time. So miss me with the people that are just suddenly, oh yeah, he might be trash. We've been telling y'all this for, what episode is this? How many weeks before? But all right. So they then talk about what it takes for you to fall, if they are currently falling in love. He wants her to answer first, which means no. So she said that she feels that there's potential between the two of them. Absolutely. He said, oh no, absolutely. Love is not on the table. But I like you. I definitely like you. But love is absolutely not on the table. He said that the connection have to grow and standards have to be met. And basically what that means is you ain't doing the shit I want you to do. So it's not going to happen. Yes, there needs to be a standard. But Olajuwon is putting unrealistic standards on her. Very unrealistic, and it's making me wonder if Olajuwon was not upfront with the experts and with production when he said that he wants a wife that is going to cook and clean and be submissive, as if this was the 1950s. He did not do that, and that's why Pastor Cal was so taken aback and shocked too by the fact that he was requiring her to cook. So he then tells Katina, Katina was like, well, I think maybe if I just open up more, then, maybe we will have a better chance. So he tells her that I need to see the change. Because women have told me all this before in the past, and I ain't seen a damn thing. I said, wow. Like, Olajuwon is a big fucking red flag. And the fact that Katina is like humbling herself and losing herself within this relationship because she wants to be married to this man that damn bad is sad and hard to watch. It's hard to watch. It's giving Paige from season what was that, 12? When she was willing to do whatever it was for Chris. This is Lord have mercy. So we have this group outing. Okay? So with the group outing, the women all go to kind of get their nails done, manicures and pedicures. So Katina feels that they're up and down, talking about her and Olajuwon's relationship. She said that he wants somebody that's going to go verbally with him. He wants somebody that's going to give it to him the way he's, giving it to them. So because of that, there's a disconnect in their communication. And she also says that she feels that she's just not changing as much as he wants her to, as fast as he wants her to. But see, Katina, his brother told you at your reception, that he was going to try to mold you and change you into the woman that he wanted, into the wife that he wanted. He was going to see what you were willing to offer, and then from there, he was going to beat you down and basically beat you into submission, and that is exactly what Olajuwon is doing. So over with the men, Olajuwon says that he doesn't know if she has life skills. I said, life skills? He doesn't know if she has life skills. She doesn't put forth effort, and he does not want to have to baby her. He said he himself does not go to sleep with his house dirty. If that is how you feel about it, Olajuwon, that is fine. Then you sweep the floor. I just kind of feel like Olajuwon wants her to do stuff so that he doesn't have to do it himself anymore. It's not him trying to be a partnership. Because he should have said, nah, babe, let's clean this up together. Then we can both go relax in bed. But for you to be like, go to bed and then like have an attitude about it later, don't say things that you don't mean. If you wanted her to sit up in there and clean up with you, then you should have told her, Katina, you are grown AF. We're going to sit up in here and we're going to clean up after this party because we both had company. But don't do that, then bark at her all night and the next morning, then go tell the guys that she doesn't have fucking life skills. That is so unbelievably disrespectful. So he's then worried about when she goes back to work, where will their support come from? So Katina works from home right now, as most of us still are, because of the pandemic. He said that he works second shift, sometimes overnighters, so he's worried if she's going to be able to survive without him there. Did Katina move out of her mother's house into this situation? Or was she living with some roommates? Like, what is really going on that Olajuwon feels that she does not know how to be an adult? Like, it's so condescending. It's so rude. It is absolutely ridiculous. So because what he's basically saying is, if I got to work all day, if she has to go to work all day, who's going to have dinner waiting on the table when I come home? That's what he's thinking. So he tells them if the situation were different, then he would have left. If they weren't married and going through this process, he would have left because he doesn't like what he's seeing right now. Olajuwon, I don't like what I'm seeing out of you right now. How about that? Ooh, Lord have mercy. So then he says that he feels that he is just being beat down. Lord, he's being beat down. She's not cooking a ham and smothering pork chops and picking greens and shucking peas every night and making cornbread from scratch, and like she's not doing all of that every night to appease him when he comes on home and puts his briefcase and his Jordan 1s on the table. Olajuwon, stop it. So Steve asks, can they move past it? Olajuwon said, I don't know. It's been tough. There hasn't been any change since Pastor Cal came, because you know what Pastor Cal told her to do? To speak up for herself. Pastor Cal didn't tell her to come up in there and cook and clean for you, so I don't know what change you were even expecting. So they have a little date night at the end of the episode. And he takes her on a date so they can learn how to cook salmon. Excuse me, salmon. Because that's what Olajuwon said. We're going to learn how to cook salmon today. We're going to learn how to cook some salmon. I said, country ass. So he wants his wife to start just doing things. Don't wait for me to tell you what to do. Just get up and do it. And it's like, yes, Katina, you absolutely should be cleaning up after yourself. You should want to keep a clean house, okay? So we're not going to excuse you for not wanting to clean. That's not what we're doing. But it also comes down to how Olajuwon is talking to you and what he expects you to do, basically so he doesn't have to. Because he's not saying, I want her to cook, clean up and with me. He's saying she should just be getting up and doing it. So Katina says she don't like to cook. She does not like to cook. She typically eats out. But she is willing to learn to make him happy to get a yes on decision day. You're going to lose yourself, girl. You are 50% losing yourself. And with that statement that took you back, you brought back the whole women's movement at least 30 years by you saying that you're going to do whatever you can to get a yes on decision day. There are a plethora of men out there that are not going to require you to be barefoot and pregnant while you in the kitchen shucking peas to be with them, to get some respect from them, for you to not be talked to as if you are a child. Don't let no grown-ass person question your adult skills because you don't want to cook a home-cooked meal for this man 7 days a week. That is completely asinine. So the entire time he's saying, all right, you taking notes? You seeing this? Okay, you seeing? You seeing how he cut it, how he butterflied it? You seeing this? Just being a nigga, are you paying attention? My God. So she I can't believe this. So they're sitting down eating. And he's talking about how the food is so good. This is the way to my heart. This is the type of meal that I expect. And I'm like, oh yeah, did you pay attention so that you can then make it for yourself later? And before somebody says something, I can cook. So that's not even the case, because it's always going to be one person in here in the comments that's going to say, well, Tammy, you can't cook. I can cook. And I cooked home cooked meals all the time for myself. But there's a difference between me enjoying cooking and Katina being forced to cook because that's what her husband is demanding from her. Demanding from her. We don't see nobody else cooking a bunch of stuff at home. Everybody is popping off their takeout and they styrofoam and they plastic containers from their DoorDash. Every scene on here. The most we've seen is Noi overcooked them noodles. And Steve burned a hamburger. That is the most we have seen. So let's not act like Olajuwon is just missing so much because every other man is getting a home-cooked meal. You're doing too much. So she says that she can see where he is coming from and that she feels that maybe you do more than me. He said, that's okay because you're still learning. I said, learning what? Tell us, Olajuwon, what is she learning? He said that for marriage, he's expecting certain things. Okay? There are certain things that he can still learn, but there are just things that he has that she doesn't. He said he owns his own house. He has paid off all his student loans. Very commendable. He has paid off his student loans. He said, you have it, and that's okay. But, like, basically, what can you do that, without me? And I said, wow. Wow. She brings up, and you can tell she felt the way about that. And so he said she didn't do enough for the housewarming. He's upset that she had her friends pick up some food. So Katina placed the order. Katina paid for it. She's called her friends. Hey, girl, Catherine, can you just pick it up on your way over? Yep, ticket number 225. Can you pick that up? Yes. He's upset with that. He said because she doesn't do things on her own. She orchestrates. And he needs to see what you are as a woman because you don't have a solid base as an adult. I want to address the Oh, then he then said that he wants to keep her grounded because he wants to know that if he breaks his leg, that she can keep the household going. So let's address this because she is working from home. A very big misconception by people that did not work from home during the pandemic is that we are sitting at home on our butts doing nothing but eating snacks and watching TV, occasionally moving the mouse around. That is not what it means to work from home. A lot of us don't have remote jobs. We are remote now because of the pandemic. I have to tell people that all the time. I was not working from home before March 2020. We got work. We are still working. I think I'm going back to work in the office next month. After 2 years, I still have people that will call me at 11 o'clock in the morning. What's up? What you doing? I'm working. I am working. And it's so annoying to hear people say, you're at home all day while you were working, but you didn't get this, that, and the other done because I'm clocked in. I am clocked into work. Just because I am not inside the four walls in downtown Milwaukee does not mean that I am not actually working between the hours of 7:30 and 4. And like the way that he was telling Katina that you didn't do anything, you just orchestrated. So you want her to leave her job to go pick up a pan of chicken? That's what you want her to do? You want her to go leave her job to pick up a pan of chicken, but as opposed to having one of her close friends who probably the restaurant was clearly on the way to just bring it with her. That is silly. That is absolutely silly. And the audacity and the nerve of you to say that you need to keep her grounded. Who's going to ground you? Who's going to pull your big ass head out the clouds? Olajuwon got the right one because it would have been a big misunderstanding right on camera if he would have been telling me that he is questioning my womanhood and my adulthood. Because now you're not only insulting me, but you're insulting my parents and the way that they raised me by saying that you are questioning somebody's base for adulthood because she delegated for a party while she was at work. This has been Olajuwon and Katina, Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 9. Hop in the comments, y'all. Let me know how you guys felt about this episode. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. I'll be in the comments with y'all. Hop in them.